Morning all, welcome to Grandad's allotment. Morning all, welcome to Grandad's allotment. I'm not doing the allotment today, I'm back in the garden at home and I'm going to pot up some of my tomato plants. They're getting a bit leggy now in these little pots. The roots have reached the bottoms, so I'm going to pot them up into these little small rose pots. So I'm just using my normal Clover Professional compost. That's what I'm going to use for everything now. You can see the roots are down to the bottom of the pots. I'm going to try and bury them a little bit deeper if I can. So just into the pot and fill them up with the compost. I've also got some strawberry plants, bare root strawberries which I've ordered. I'm going to do them next as well. So that's it for my first potting on with my tomatoes. So I'll crack on with these. I think I've got about 3 trays to do, and I'll catch you in a bit. Right, that's the first 12 potted up. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different varieties there in the first 12. So I'll crack on, get the rest of them potted up, and then I'll show you the strawberry plants. See you in a bit. Right, back again. I'm still potting up my tomatoes. I've run out of the sort of small rose pots, the deep pots, but I've got some of these ones which are obviously about the same depth but a little bit wider. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to try a bit of an experiment, because these tomatoes are quite leggy. I'm going to try potting them on the side so that they'll go deeper into the pot and create more roots. Just a bit of an experiment, see whether it makes a difference between the long tall pots or the big wider pots. So what I'm going to do is take out my plant and lay it sideways in the pot. See, yeah, and then bring it up the middle. So it's going to have more of the stem buried. Just a bit of an experiment. I've only got 4 of these pots, and we'll just see if it's a healthier plant. It's the same type of plant as that one, number 30. Not sure what that is, I would have to look at my list. But we'll see if it makes a difference. And I'll let you know as we go along whether it makes a stronger plant. But they were both about the same size. Both planted exactly the same day. So we'll see if it makes a bit of a difference in the potting up. So both number 30s, 2 different size pots. Let's see what happens. Right, I'm going to crack on. See you in a bit. Right, that's it. My tomatoes are done. I've done 3 cucumbers in there as well. So I'm going to get on to doing my strawberry plants. These are bare root ones. I've got them from, I saw a thing on Facebook, to be honest, organic catalogue, and it worked out at 50p a plant, which is not bad for a bare root plant, I think. So I got 6 Anna Blanca, and then a selection of 36 bare roots, which was Cambridge Favourite, which is a bog standard everybody grows, Honey Eye and Pegasus, 6 of each of those. So let's see what they are. They've just arrived today. I ordered them about a fortnight ago, but obviously they'll only send them when they're ready to go. But I've been desperate to get these planted up because So that's Cambridge favourite. Not too bad. It's got quite a bit of green on, and that's shooting. That's the Anasa. Anasa. So I've got like 12 of each of these. I've got two packs. So Honeyberry, Pegasus, and this is the Anna Blanca ones. These are white strawberries. These ones, the Anna Blanca. So not too bad, not too bad. I'm quite impressed with them. What I'm going to do, I'm using a different compost. I'm using a basket compost, container and basket. It's a Westlands one. I normally don't buy it, but I bought it when Homebase was closing down and it was 50p a bag. So I bought loads, didn't really need it, but I thought, well, you know, even if I put it on top of the raised beds. But this is a peat-free compost. Compare it to, this is the Clover Pro, which is peat-based, and this is the non-peat based. It's very much darker, very much bittier. You know, bits of sticks, you know, all sorts in there, where the Clover Pro doesn't have any of that in. A lot lighter, a lot fluffier, the Clover Pro, than this. Now it is probably a little bit wet because it's been lined since it's in the garden since I got it in the bag, like, but you know, it still gets wet. So I'm going to do a few in hanging baskets. I think I've got 4 or 5 of these hanging baskets. I'm going to this year try a little bit different with the hanging baskets. You see, these have got like a, you can see, like a raised bit there. Obviously when it gets to that level it'll overflow, but this bit here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to fill it with some clear pebbles. And these are what you normally use for aquaponics. So they'll retain the moisture in that little well at the bottom, hopefully. And then obviously the soil will go on top of there, so fill it to the level that we're in there. And I'm just going to fill it with this container compost. So what am I going to go for first? Pegasus. I'll probably put 3 plants in each, no, maybe 2 plants in each planter. So I've actually got 1, 2, 3, yeah, 6 there. So yeah, so I think I'll probably go 2 in each planter. So they obviously come bare rooted and they're quite dry. I'm going to have to really give these planters a really good soak. They're coming in like must be a really loamy soil that they use, because it is really quite dry. I'm just going to spread out the roots, bring it up to about 1/3 of the depth. So I'm going to trim off. Scissors. Lost my scissors, but I'll go and trim off some of all the dead bits around it. Just leaves the good shoots. So laying that on there. Again, same with this one. I'm going to take off any of the last year's leaves. That's the umbilical, the runner. So So you can see where it was attached to the mother plant. I don't know how they do these, you know, when I do runners they tend to bed up, but they must have it in quite a sandy soil so they can pull them out fairly easily. I'm just covering the roots there. So 2 plants in each planter. Buried them. Bits of plastic in the compost. See, it's not as good as the clover, but get what you pay for. So that's the 2 in there. Then I'm going to mulch the top over with these clay pebbles again. I'm going to use these on my tomatoes as well when I do my tomatoes in the greenhouse into the bigger pots, just to see if they retain a bit of the water, keep a bit of moisture in. But this should help stop the tops drying out as well, and it should stop the slugs and things that they're not like sort of climbing across it. But it'll also mulch as well, so it'll stop the weeds coming through. And see, these pebbles are normally used for aquaponics, but I thought I would just give them a go, see what happens. That's them fairly bedded down into there. Right, that's the first one done, and I'll come back to you when I've finished the rest. See you in a bit. Right, that's the end of the strawberry runners planted up. I think I've ended up with probably about 50 plants altogether. Should have been 42, but there was a few extras, especially the Cambridge favourite. I think I got about 18 of them instead of 12. So yeah, right, I'll show you what I've done. I'll just stop you there. That's the 4 hanger baskets, 2 in each. There, a few more there. The rest I've just got over here. These are just potted up. These will go to the allotment to be put into the raised beds at the allotment, but they're just potted up for now. Just I wasn't expecting them coming, so my tomatoes, excuse the mess in here, got to arrange things. Potted most of them up. There's still 2 trays to do, but I've run out of the big pots, like I said, so most of them are up. I mean, these are still small at the minute, so I've got plenty of time. I'll get some more pots ordered. A couple of cucumbers in there as well. These are just my herbs and stuff, coriander and my peppers. Not doing too bad. Right, I'm gonna stick the kettle on, grab a cup of tea. Right, that's it for today. I'm gonna head back in the house and stick the kettle on, grab a cup of tea. See you on the next one.